This is the beginning of a Lombard tour, Lombard and Belmead.
Washington Avenue area, and we are premiering a new booklet on Washington Avenue at the tour. It highlights the architecture that's there, and there are sketches in here by one of the local residents who's an artist, and so you're welcome.
I'll have
Please.
one of those in your hand and mouth.
The booklets?
Not the other one you have in your right hand.
That's the only one I have. So no. I mean, you can have. I was going to say first come, first.
Well,
Well, I can get you one.
But if anybody needs a brochure,
I will take one.
the tour tomorrow is at 6 o'clock. You knew her. She originally put this tour together. Yes, I've added a few things to it, but I always like to thank Joan because she did such a good job. So it's made my job a whole lot easier. But this neighborhood here was developed by John R. Mitchell, who had an interesting career. In 1894, he is listed in the city directory as a veterinary surgeon and dentist.
Human dentist or vet dentist?
I guess that one's left to your imagination. Teeth are all the same, aren't they? Teeth are all the same. In 1913, he was listed as a physician.
Jack of all trades, huh?
So, well, but in 1913, he had another idea. He bought the farm here. He bought 40 acres of the former Terry farm. And in 1914, he platted it out into the development that we have here. This was outside the city of Evansville, so this was the country. I know for the Albert Boulevard district, they were advertising lots about the same time, and they were advertising come out in the country and buy lots here where it is 5 to 10 degrees cooler than it is in the city. So this was rural life, I suppose, and he started by building some homes in speculation, his own plans, and then marketing them. So we'll walk down the street here and we'll get going with our first house. 722 Lombard is the Julius and Tilly Meyer house. It was built about 1915, so it makes it one of the earlier houses in the neighborhood. It is a bungalow, and bungalows are very popular in the second, third, and fourth decades of the 20th century. Bungalows are homes with lots of character, and usually, like this one, they're about 1.5 stories tall, feature very prominently a porch, this one going all the way across the front. They like to have little things of interest, like the side bay there. And if you look up at the roof line, you see brackets. You actually don't structurally need those, but doesn't it make it look nicer? Sometimes they did interesting things with dormer windows. And so this is a fine bungalow. Take a look at the front porch. Brick piers, and then you have a wooden battered column. Now, a battered column does not mean that somebody took a hammer and hit it. Battered means it kind of comes in, not exactly like a pyramid, but all four sides splay inward. and it's nice proportion, good serviceable housing. You know, a lot of these themes follow through on the inside too. Two reasons. One, isn't that a nice decorative touch, particularly with the masons having a depressed arch? But two, it's another way to get the rainwater off your front porch. So, 1926. It is not a bungalow, but it might be termed English Revival. It's supposed to go back to more or less Elizabethan England, the days of Shakespeare, and some characteristics. They have very steep roofs, prominent chimneys in the front. You see that there, and lots of interesting gables. Gable in the front. Look at the nice brackets on the side entry right here. Very handsome curve to it. And in the front bracket, in the front gable, you have what's called a pent eave. But just on the top of the window heads, that very pronounced and shingled eave. This was owned by Edward Schrader, and he was here until 1948. And he was a tile setter with one of the local tile, and I'm not talking about field tile, I'm talking about, I've got a farm background, I was a tile setter. You mean field tile? No, like bathroom tile. So. Vacations, but you can see they like to do interesting things with porches.